Start recording, Catherine. Sorry, I just now remembered I was supposed to tell you that. Anyway, I'm Laura Pearson, the Workforce Development Coordinator for the St. Lawrence County Chamber. Welcome to the May edition. We are talking today with Debbie Flack from SUNY Canton. She'll talk about Handshake, and we're talking to Briana Evans and Elena Dumas from St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES about Purple Briefcase. This monthly educational webinar series is made possible by the generous support of St. Lawrence University and Clarkson University, who are leadership circle supporters of the Chamber. I would like to thank Catherine Palaio, Tourism Manager of the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce, for her tech support and assistance during this webinar. Before I introduce today's presenters, I want to run through a few items. First, your mics have been muted and your webcams have been disabled. But if you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to type them into the chat window and we will do our best to answer them. Please note that this session is being recorded for the purposes of broadcasting it on our webinar archive and YouTube channel, which is named SLC Chamber NY. After the presentations are complete, we will open up the floor for any Q&A. We do keep the webinars to under an hour so you can get back to work. Lori said that she had trouble getting in and she's wondering if anybody else did. Because we've got people who are still joining, I think.
I just admitted in one person.
Okay. Interested in presenting a topic or have a topic you would like to see us present, please contact us. Are you interested in learning how you can reach more potential employees eager to work and start a new career? Here to help you navigate Handshake program is Debbie Flack from SUNY Canton. Handshake is an online platform free to employers to hire local college students and alumni. We are also fortunate to have Briana Evans and Elena Dumas from the St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES Adult Ed Workforce Development Office. That's a long title. Here to present information on the Purple Briefcase program, another online platform that connects employers with potential employees from BOCES. Welcome, Debbie, Briana, and Elena. We'll start with Debbie and the Handshake program. The floor is yours, Debbie.
Thank you, Laura. Good afternoon. My name is Debbie Flack. I am an administrative assistant in the SUNY Canton Career Services office. I also happen to be the office Handshake specialist. Just a little bit of background on me and SUNY Canton and our relationship with Handshake. We joined Handshake in 2020, and I was hired in August 2020, mid-pandemic, as we all remember. And one of my first and main tasks after my hire was to manage the online career fairs, which became necessary because nobody was doing any in-person events due to COVID-19 protocols. So fast forward to now, spring 2023, and in the past 2.5 years, we have offered 21 in-person and 28 virtual recruiting events, including 10 practice sessions for our staff and employers to get to know how to use the Handshake platform for the online career fairs. Going to the next slide. So I'm going to tell you what Handshake is, what are the benefits and support for connected employers, and how to sign up for an account, and then I'll answer any questions you might have. Next slide. Handshake is an online platform intended to connect employers like you with students and alumni from colleges all over the country and right in your neighborhood. Handshake's equal access for all helps both career centers and employers to comply with federal equal opportunity employment laws, which applies to all campuses that accept federal funding. That includes scholarships, federal work study, and federal loans, which is just about everybody. Next slide. Handshake's mission is to help every student find a great job, no matter who they are, who they know, or where they attend school. It connects colleges and employers from across the country on a single network. And employers can now very easily post jobs to multiple schools at the same time with just a few clicks of the mouse. Next slide. So what sets Handshake apart from other job sites like Indeed and LinkedIn? Handshake is especially geared toward college students, and it pinpoints relevancy and student career interests. Plus, it is digital. It has a mobile app that meets students right where they are. Next slide. With so many schools on the network, Handshake has become a major channel for employers to source students. 100% of the Fortune 500 companies, plus thousands of small and local businesses like these in St. Lawrence County, recruit on Handshake. Handshake gives all students and alumni equal opportunity to access jobs and employers. Also, students can share relevant information on their education, their volunteerism, experiences, and jobs, and they can post their resumes on Handshake for employers to see. Next slide. So since 2020, SUNY Canton has used Handshake exclusively for virtual and in-person career fairs. All 4 colleges in St. Lawrence County are connected to Handshake, as well as Paul Smith College, JCC, and many others around the state. These colleges offer employers a wide array of diversity, backgrounds, and educational skills. We all know that nowadays students seem to live on their phones, and this is where you can reach them through Handshake's digital platform and phone app. Next slide. In the past 9 months, I just did a little bit of background research on Handshake activity at SUNY Canton, and 100 to 200 SUNY Canton students and alumni have created applications or interviews per month, with applications peaking between January and April. And 984 unique SUNY Canton students and alumni have logged into Handshake within the past 9 months. Next slide. There are over 10,000 SUNY Canton students and alumni with Handshake accounts. I've given a little breakdown into the different sub-schools that we have. Just a little disclaimer, while every student is given a free Handshake account, it is up to them to log in and add their details to their information. We regularly promote Handshake on campus, and we encourage students to use it to find jobs. Alumni also contact us continuously to sign up for Handshake, some of whom graduated before we joined Handshake. I get at least a few requests per month from alumni. Some of those have transferred to other colleges to further their education. Others are looking for opportunities to advance in their careers. Next slide. Our career office is partnered directly with Handshake for career fairs, events, and more. Colleges can curate lists of employers. Here's a new feature that Handshake just enlisted in the past couple of months. This adds relevance to the student experience. So as a career services office, we can add employers to what they call curated lists. The top 3 lists that I could think of were hires from our school, is close to campus, or great for internships. So you can see I have already added some local employers to those lists. Next slide, you'll see some of the close to campus list. This is a screenshot of an actual student view. When they look at this link on the left-hand side of their Handshake platform, they can see employers who are curated as close to campus. Now, this includes employers that are that I have added that I have seen seem to be active recently on Handshake. Now, I currently only have 17 on this list who are active on Handshake. I'm sure there are more. So if you want to be added to this list, please email careers@canton.edu. Include your employer name as it's listed in Handshake, or the email of one of your Handshake connected contacts, or your employer ID number, some way for me to make sure that I'm finding the right employer in Handshake to add you to that curated list. Okay, I am very happy to do that for anyone who wants to be on that list. So next slide. Handshake is more than just a job board, although I do have to say jobs are the primary motivation for student participation in Handshake. But students can use Handshake for everything career related. They can register for career fairs either at SUNY Canton or other colleges around the area or across the country. They can message directly with employers and alumni, and they can explore information sessions and career guidance sessions that are sponsored by employers or other colleges all over the country. Here are some examples of some low pressure ways to engage with students through Handshake. You can offer a skills workshop. You can offer a Q&A session. You can offer mock interviews. Students love the no pressure interview practice that some employers offer just because, not because that there's a specific job that they want to apply for, although sometimes there is, but it just gives them a little extra skill, some feedback from real employers on how to do better on those mock interviews or the real interview. You can also, I've seen some point of view information sessions. For example, minority experiences in your industry, women in engineering or whatever. So those are some just low pressure ways that you can engage with students through Handshake, start conversations, get your name, your company name in front of students, give them a good taste in their mouth when they think about your name. So the next slide. So benefits to employers, also known as why should I join Handshake? It's one more thing to do. I understand that. Everybody's going digital though. And our students really do live digitally. But all their other benefits are we use Handshake to inform all our connected employers as soon as we publish career fairs, in-person fairs and online fairs. This is how we get the news out about our recruiting events. When you post a job, it becomes immediately visible to all our students and alumni at their fingertips everywhere they are because of that app, and it stays live until the expiration date that you set. We can partner with you to promote local jobs actively to our student body, and we do that regularly. Quite frequently, several times during the year, we'll have local and regional employers reach out saying, we really, really need somebody to fill this kind of position at our company. Can you help us? So I go into Handshake, I find that job. I set up an email that goes out to all the students and alumni who might possibly meet the qualifications for that job. So it doesn't just pick and choose a few students here and there that kind of come to the top of somebody's mind. It includes everybody who might automatically qualify for that job. Handshake also has automatic emails that go out to students when new jobs are posted. So students can save job searches, and Handshake will send once a week an email with 25 new jobs in their search criteria. This helps students to find employers that they would not have thought of who are hiring for students in their degree with their qualifications. So I did a quick search, and about 190 employers within 50 miles of SUNY Canton are currently connected to us on Handshake. 44 of those employers have participated in career fairs, either in person or virtual, in the past 2.5 years. But this list doesn't even count the many New York State agencies who have home offices in Albany, such as the Highway Department, the State Police, New York State Police, the Department of Corrections, Mental Health, other employers that have locations in St. Lawrence County, Jefferson County, Lewis County, who are connected in Handshake, but their home office is in Albany. So there's a handful more than even that 192 or so. All right, so next question, how Handshake helps employers. When you join Handshake, you will not be on your own. Many of the local employers who have connected with SUNY Canton in the past 3 years will tell you that I have personally helped them from step one. But Handshake also has its own valuable tools for new users. Next slide. Handshake's robust help center you can access from any Handshake page. There's a little help link up at the top right-hand side of the page. You can click on that, click on Help Center. You can look for general topics for employers, which comes right up, or that right in front of you search box is not hard to find. Type in any topic and you're going to get a handful of relevant search results. If that doesn't work for you, or you're just like, I don't know what I'm looking for, you can reach out to me. Reach out to SUNY Canton by emailing careers@canton.edu or call our office. I will be very happy to help you. There are a few kinds of issues that the Help Center might not easily help you with, and that I'm not able personally to help you with, but those are I can enter a ticket for it, and every ticket that I have entered has been resolved within 24 to 48 hours, and some of them the same day. All right, so the next slide. I am always here to answer your questions. I can contact our relationship manager for advice and assistance. I can enter help tickets for problems. I can create practice sessions for virtual career fairs so you can participate in a virtual career fair with confidence. I'll give you a practice session. It's just like a virtual career fair. I'll talk you through all the steps. You can interact with me just like you would with a student. So that'll give you confidence for the virtual fairs. Other resources are on the canton.edu/career webpage. But their help center uses a combination of step-by-step instructions and screenshots, sometimes even little videos to help you if you get stuck. All right, next slide. So I'm going to include these things, especially for the recording. The next several slides are going to be how do you sign up for Handshake and what are the best practices for signing up for Handshake, for including information if I'm not there to help you, or if you decide to just kind of do it on your own. These are some things that career offices tend to look for when they're verifying connections with employers. Okay, I understand that not all of these things are possible for some of our smaller employers in the area. You don't always have the time and the infrastructure and the technological knowledge to create a professional web page, or have a great brand logo, or to have several representatives included in that Handshake account. But these are some things that do tend to help us. So having a good brand logo, a website domain with a matching email helps. It helps us to know that this may be a legitimate company, not just somebody who's a fly-by-night or looking to harvest college student emails or looking to take advantage of them. Not that any of you are doing that, but if we don't already have a conversation or a relationship, this is things that we're going to look at. A good descriptive message about your company, its culture, the work you do, the types of roles that you seek to fill, that kind of thing helps us, and it also helps students to know what is this company about. So if you do request to connect with us on Handshake, and it doesn't look like you've been approved pretty quickly, either I've been super busy, it's a busy season, or maybe I wasn't aware of it, just call or email and follow up on that request to connect with us, and I'll be happy to review and approve that connection. All right, next slide. Hopefully I've convinced you that Handshake is a great choice for you. If so, here's how you can get connected. Next slide. Contact us by email or phone. for an invitation to connect on Handshake. I'm always happy to assist our local employers. I do understand if you're busy during office hours, though, and you might want to do it on your own. But if you go through our office, sometimes you might not realize that someone else at your company has already started a Handshake profile for your company, and we just need to add you to that or make you a new owner because someone else retired or moved on to a different company or whatever. So this can help identify if there's already a Handshake account that you connect with on Handshake. So next slide. Once you initiate that connection and an invitation email is sent, you'll have 12 hours to use that link to claim your account. The link does expire. But be aware that sometimes those Handshake emails end up in a junk or spam folder. So whitelist joinhandshake.com. Check your junk or spam folders. And if you still get stuck in that, I'm not getting the Handshake emails, contact your IT office if you have something like that, or just ask me to resend that invitation. I can always go back into your profile and resend that invitation. Next slide. So on our website, is a link for employers to join the Handshake platform. It's on www.canton.edu/career under the employers page. See the links on the right sidebar. There's also a link that will go out in the meeting notes. Or you can contact our office and I'll get you connected. Next slide. So once you get that confirmation email, you're going to confirm it. You're going to verify your account. Those emails are active for 12 hours. Let me know if you get stuck in this step and I'll resend that confirmation. But then from here, you're going to be directed back to Handshake to join your company or to create a new company profile. Next slide. Once you have connected on Handshake and you have a company, then you can start posting jobs. You'll post a job, and then when you post that job, there's a section to add schools. So you're going to try to search for Canton under that under that school search section. Just search Canton. Only 2 schools will come up, and that'll be SUNY Canton and St. Lawrence University. You can add us both. Don't worry about it. More connections, the better, right? Other things you can do is host online events. If that's something you want to do, you can invite other schools to approve them. You will get notified of career events that are hosted by your connected schools. Next slide. Just to summarize, we don't keep a list of employers to contact when we host career events. There's a few different reasons for that. People come and people go, and then we end up with, well, this is our only contact with this employer, and now their email is bouncing. Now, how do we get hold of them? We don't know how. So that's why we're using Handshake. Another thing is for safety and security reasons, our email system will not allow us to email more than, say, about 20 to 30 people at a time. That gets really difficult when it comes to announcing our career fairs. Handshake will email all our connected employers at the same time, hundreds of them, without us having to worry about doing it 20 or 30 or 40 at a time, and hoping that our emails don't get bounced and things like that. So all our career event announcements, signups, and invoices are announced through Handshake. And using Handshake helps both you and us to comply with federal equal opportunity employment laws. So hopefully I haven't taken too long. Are there any questions about using Handshake?
It wouldn't let me unmute. That was awesome, Debbie. Thank you so much. Okay, if you do have questions, if you want to pop in and put them in the chat, we can look at those. If not, we could wait to the end. Right now, we're going to introduce Briana and Elenia from St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES. And either one of you ladies who want to start, you can unmute yourself, I think. Or does Catherine have to do it? Catherine might have to do it.
No, I unmuted it. It worked. We're all good. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Breana Evans. I'm from St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES in the Adult Education and Workforce Development. I am a teacher case manager here, and I was the first one to really kind of explore with the purple briefcase that we got. So this is a very unique platform that we just decided to get a few years ago, and we found it pretty helpful. You can go to the next slide. So, oopsies, hold on. Okay, so Purple Briefcase is an online platform that allows users to search for jobs and connect with employers. A very unique version of this platform is we are the ones that accept the employers on this platform, and we make sure that it's exclusively North Country employers. And just so people aren't getting confused, and making sure that all of our students actually are getting to the correct jobs in the places in this area. Most of our students on this platform that we have added into here are mainly from a lot of our occupational classes. They're from our GED literacy classes. They're from our Access VR programs. And we also have a SNAP program that all of our users are in this platform, so they can see all the jobs that are in this platform. Next slide. So I'm going to kind of explain to you guys how you can set up a Purple Briefcase account for the employer side of things. So there's two different sides of this platform. There's obviously a student side and an employer side. So they are definitely different, and they do different things. So the first place that you can go to set up your account is to the Purple Briefcase website, and then to our St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES connection side. So this, you can find an easy link if you go to slboces.org and go to the Adult Education tab. On the right-hand side, there's a little button that says Purple Briefcase that you can choose, and it will bring you right to this spot. And then if you click New Employer, that button, that will prompt you to the next screen, and you can go to the next slide. So this is where people get confused. When you click Employers, New Employer, you will be prompted to this page. You do not have to pay for Purple Briefcase. It gives you options to pay, but some people think, oh no, I have to pay for it. You do not have to pay for it. You can always use the free version. It's just as good as the other versions. The other versions kind of just allow you to power connect with a bunch of other different areas outside. I know that some of the colleges will power connect, but you do not need to power connect for this place. You can always use the free version. And you can go to the next slide. So how you continue to set up your personal account is always make sure that you put in your personal, the company name, just to make sure we know who this employer is and where they're going to be applying to these jobs from. The best first name and last name and contact information, whoever is going to be kind of running this account. I've noticed a lot of people, HR people will be the ones that run this accounts, or if there's designated like talent recruiters, will be on the one kind of running this account. Then the best work email address, password, and then the address of where that company is located at. And then you can go to the next slide. So now after you've done that, it will allow you to come into the Purple Briefcase side of things. This is where you can add any good information about your company. So you can add a company logo. I've always highly encouraged you to use your company logo. We have quite a few employers, like we have the Aquasas Nemo at Casino on here. They've uploaded their photos, and then they also did a little blurb about their company. And you can also add different tiles. So the tiles can create visuals to help students and community members learn more about your company and exactly what your company has to offer for them. I always say that Purple Briefcase is, and this side of it is always kind of like a mini Facebook account. It's kind of telling you, hey, this is who we are. This is where we're located. And this is all the information you can get from us. So they have it right at their fingertips. And you can go to the next slide. So continued on here, when you add a block to your tile, you are going to be presented with a bunch of different categories. You can hover over the categories for examples and click the category that you feel like would best fit you. And if you want to view it more into detail, you can also browse through the various tiles and make your selections. Continue to add more tiles. You can add plenty of tiles to highlight those certain parts of your profile or for your company that you would like. I always say the more information you have on your company profile, the more apt to the people on our platform are going to look at your company profile, and you will definitely get more candidates that way. Next slide. So, and this is the most important part. So this is how you add a school. You would go on to the tabs on the left-hand side, and you would click My Schools tab. Which this is, if you came directly from our website, you should already be connected with us. But just to double check, you would always go down and make sure that you are connected with St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES or any other school that you deem necessary to be part of your company, to make sure that you're hooked in and logged into this, because if you're not, we cannot see any of the jobs you've been posting, and our users will not be able to see any of the information that you put up on your profiles or anything like that. So this is definitely a most important tab to make sure that you are located in. Next slide. So this is how you go about posting a job. So you can post jobs straight into this platform for our users to see. So where your start is, you're going to go to the Add the Job section of the platform. You can enter all the job details. And then you can you can add them specifically right in here, and you can also actually add direct links in here if you prefer that. And then you would just kind of make sure you're completing all of the criteria for the job applications or that the platform would need. And then the next slide. So there are some important fields in this portion of how the students can apply. This is where I kind of got ahead of myself here, but this is where you can kind of they can apply internal through the Purple Briefcase platform, or they can apply external through your website if you have your own application online. But that is just the point where you just make sure that you put either via the platform or via external to make sure that they're posting and make sure they're applying to the correct place that you want them to apply to. And next slide. So kind of that is the general gist of how you create a Purple Briefcase account. Just kind of speaking for the student side of the Purple Briefcase account, they are able to create the same kind of profile you guys are on the platform. So you're able to see potential candidates profiles as well. they also can upload their resumes right onto the platform. So for example, we had really, really good luck with some of our phlebotomy tech students. They have uploaded their resumes, and we have the St. Lawrence Health System, so Rochester Regional Health. And then we also have, I believe, Claxon on here as well. And they have scooped up those phlebotomy tech people that are on our platform because they're in need of some phlebotomy tech people. So we have them put those resumes right up on there, and it's been a really good way for people to find specific specific skills or trades that they need for that specific job. So it's a really good way for an employer to directly contact with some of the students and some of the participants that are added into here. At the end of this, we do have a Center for Job Connections in the Messina Mall. We have a teacher there that's there usually every week, and we can have them conduct a job search, have resume help, and everything between the 9 yards of trying to help the community find jobs in the area. And one thing that I didn't touch on yet is Purple Briefcase is open to not just BOCES people. It's open to community members. Anyone that wants to sign up for an account, they can. We do have a lot of community members on here that have walked into our Center for Job Connections, and they've created accounts and wanted to be a part of it. So there's a lot of different people that we have connected into here. So now I'm going to pass over the speaking to Elena here. She's going to touch on a few of the different programs we have here at BOCES that can kind of work in together with Purple Briefcase and kind of connecting to job searching.
Okay, thank you, Briana. Hi, my name's Elena. I'm another teacher, case manager here at St. Lawrence Lewis BOCES. And like Briana mentioned, I'm just going to touch on some of the programs that we have here at BOCES, where participants will be on the platform and the usefulness to them. So we have quite a few programs here. Two of the programs that I am very involved with are our SNAP program and our Career Pathways program. So we'll touch on those first. So our SNAP program benefits individuals in the community that receive food stamps, and they are deemed eligible for our program if they are community members that walk into our office or are already involved within our office. So the SNAP participants are made Purple Briefcase accounts, and this, like many of our other programs, really help our participants with the job search. A lot of them come in looking for employment. They also have an immediate employer connection, which is a lot easier in a small community. Like Breana said, a lot of employers are based from the North Country. So that touches on our SNAP program. Another program that I currently run is our Career Pathways program. This is more of a youth program. You're looking at the ages of 18 to 23, and most of them are qualified through 200% poverty level. So these individuals we can find they are interconnected. A lot of our programs are in our literacy GED program. We can also see them in occupational programs as well. So these individuals are young youth candidates that can be on the platform as well. And again, job search availability is huge for them, especially if they're in a training program. So I'll pull that over into occupational programs. So like Briana mentioned, we have phlebotomy, we've held CCMA, we hold more trade-based occupational classes as well, but those are all individuals that find Purple Briefcase to be a great resource because there can be resume uploading on there, and they can state their qualifications that employers can see while also searching for employers on the app. The last program that I'll touch on is the literacy program. This is our GED diploma program. We see all sorts of and a variety of participants come into our GED program. Sometimes we find participants that are unemployed, are youth, and are just looking for their first experience. Maybe they are long-term unemployed and they're looking for a new entry-level position into something of interest to them. And then we also see individuals that come into our GD program that are already employed and are looking for maybe more advancement in their employment or just something in a different field. So these individuals at intake into our literacy program are made Purple Briefcase accounts in hopes that once they obtain their diploma, they can either pop into one of our occupational programs for more career training and then use that Purple Briefcase account to further look for the next step, which would be employment, or possibly looking for entry-level employment, or also looking to just better their employment after they receive their degree. So those are just some of BOCES programs and how they interlap into Purple Briefcase and how it is beneficial to not only the case managers that are helping case manage these participants to help them in the job search process and to help them apply, but also for the employers that get to see through resume uploading and descriptions of what type of candidates are out there.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. One thing that I wanted to point out, Debbie did mention in the chat that Handshake is free as well to employers to download their job postings. So it's very important as employers of the North Country that we take advantage of these two phenomenal programs to get access to the people that we need to get to work. These people are looking for jobs and we have jobs out there. So if we're not taking advantage of it, we're really missing the boat. Breana, I did have a quick question for you. You said that there are two ways for employers to post their positions through the Purple Briefcase login, and they can also link their website. Do they get an email from Purple Briefcase saying that somebody applied for their position? Is that how that works?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that they are notified via do not reply Purple Briefcase. Usually they get that email. I've gotten comments that people have not gotten the email, but typically they will be contacted directly. Yes. So
as an employer, you're best off to hedge your bets by doing both, to do that, the portal and your website link.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say.
Good. Do you know the average employment through Purple Briefcase? Do you have that off the top of your head?
I do not. I know Purple Briefcase, we started very slow with it. We tried the first year was really dedicated on really getting the word out there that it actually existed. A lot of people did not know it existed, and a lot of people also didn't know it even was. So that's why we've been trying to get it out there to try to explain to people what it is. We have had quite a few people, especially in the medical field, just because like Elena said, we have a lot of medical occupational classes. I do know that there has been a lot of hires through like Claxton and Rochester Regional Health for certain like CCMAs and EKG techs and phlebotomy techs, especially, that have gotten employment off of these websites, especially off of Purple Briefcase, just because there's no middleman in between that's standing between them. There's just a direct link to them too with their program, and just making sure that everyone is easily connected and not having that person in between kind of sifting through their resumes and know that their qualifications are right off the top of their head.
Right. And there are phenomenal programs at BOCES. I mean, there's welding, there's electrical, there's HVAC, there's all the medical stuff, there's the GED program, there's all kinds of things that you don't know what some might be interested in and what job they're going to be qualified. There's the building trades, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
People also need to remember there are 3 BOCES in St. Lawrence County. There's the one in Fowler, which is close to Gouverneur. There's the one in Ogdensburg, and there's the one in Norwood. So each of those have different programs. Some of them have the same programs, culinary arts. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. And we've done tours of BOCES, bringing employers into BOCES to try to do that. So maybe once when we do those tours again, maybe we should do a little mini class on Purple Briefcase as well while we're at the BOCES tour. We're also doing a SUNY, a colleges, Associated Colleges tour here at the end of May. It's all for the colleges, all 5 of the colleges, I believe, are doing, we're having an event at SLU with tables for the colleges. So employers can come there and talk to career services and the internship program, apprenticeship program, all those things too. So there's so many ways to connect with college students, college alumni, and BOCES students who have graduated or are getting ready to graduate. So, I mean, we just have to tap into those resources, and I think sometimes we forget that they're here. Are there any questions of anybody in the audience? If you would like to unmute your mic and you can ask a question of these beautiful ladies. Let's see, Debbie put, oh, Lori Sibley put, hang on, I got questions. I got to look at the questions here. Catherine could pull up the SUNY Canton's last slide at the end so we can really do the information. We can do those. Plus, I will be sending out the webinar link and the presentation packets to everyone who's on this call today, anybody who registered for this call today. Lori Sibley would like to know, what about internship opportunities? Can employers post those as well? In addition, oh, I lost my chat. In addition to, what else did you ask, Lori? In addition to the job postings? Oh, I didn't finish the thought. Can they do that, Debbie? Do you know internships? You're on mute still.
Looking for the unmute button. There we are. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we have a new link on Handshake called Experiences. And we have 2 different kinds of experiences. So some of our programs require internships, and one of them is the vet science program. They need to do 2 different kinds of internships. They call them preceptorships. So students can use Handshake to sign up to, officially sign up for those. And what that does is it allows us to kind of track who's doing the internships and with whom, and making sure that we're doing a follow-up with the employers for some feedback on how well the students are doing and things like that. But it does not have to be that formal. But we do have a handful of local and regional employers who regularly hire our students for internships, and that relationship works out so well that they offer them a permanent full-time job at the conferring of their degree. So it's a really great way to get early talent introduced to your company, give them some training. This is how we do things. And it's a short-term hire, right? It's for a semester or just a summer. Sometimes it's just a few weeks over winter term, but internships are definitely welcome.
Okay, great. Debbie also mentioned Handshake connected employers because they also use external application systems. Just list that, include that link in their job description so they can go right to their own website if they want it, the resumes.
Or send an email.
Right.
If that's how you want to receive a resume and application. Yep. Okay.
For resources and common questions to our core platform, visit, this is for SUNY Canton, support.joinhandshake.com for learning modules for training on the Handshake modules, and trainingjoinhandshake.com for path centers. That's career path centers for the career center support. You could also go ahead, Debbie,
I just copied and pasted the info from that slide into the chat in case people want those links. Sorry.
Okay. And that's okay, because like I said, even if it's not, we won't print the chats out, but we do send out the presentation the handouts. So everybody will be able to watch the video again and look at the handouts while they're in their own time frame. I think it's so important that the employers know what resources are out there to get the employees that they're looking for. Every business I talk to is hurting for people to work. And we want to keep our young people in St. Lawrence County. We want them to stay here and live and grow their families and build careers here. So we have to offer them great jobs to do that so they'll stay. Do we have any other questions? Let's see, I'll check my chat. Brianna's got the purple briefcase and help link. Okay, and that's in your handouts too, right, Brianna? The help link?
That one's not in my handouts, no.
Okay, all right. So we'll have to, I'll have to make a note of that. I'll ask you to send that to me later. How's that? And then I can make sure it's in the email. All right, do we have any other questions? All right, I'm going to finish up my housekeeping. Thank you all for your time and sharing your expertise with us today. This was very informative. Thank you all the people in the audience for joining us. I hope this hour was valuable to you and provided useful information on how you can utilize the Handshake and Purple Briefcase programs to help you find and post your open positions and recruit new employees. I would also like to thank Clarkson University and St. Lawrence University for their support in sponsoring this webinar series. Follow and like our Facebook page to stay up to date with what's happening at the Chamber. To register for our next webinar on working with Gen Z with Julie Parkman from SUNY Canton is scheduled for Wednesday, June 7th. Stay tuned for the e-blast for the registration for that. We encourage you to view other webinars in the Lunch and Learn series by going to slcchamber.org and clicking Archive Webinars in the right-hand menu, or go to our YouTube channel, search for SLC Chamber NY. Also, if you know of any businesses that would benefit from membership in the St. Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce, please do refer them to us. We can be reached at 315-386-4000 and at info@slcchamber.org. Interested businesses can also learn about our benefits and apply for membership at www.slcchamber.org. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great afternoon, and we'll talk to all of you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Catherine.
No problem. Thanks, everyone. It was very informative.
And if you have any other questions or need any assistance, please email me. You should all have my email.
Especially about the upcoming Business in the Spotlight with the Associated Colleges at the end of the month. If you have any questions and want to attend that event, we can shoot you over the invite. That is also on our Facebook page and our website as well if you'd like to attend. There'll be a lot of great connection opportunities there as well. I believe it's on May 31st.
Yeah. Yes, at the Appleton Arena at SLU.
Yep.
All right. We're going to close this out. I think we were successful, Catherine.
All right, great. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Brianna. Thanks, Elena. We appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who signed up today. We do appreciate your attendance. Awesome. We made it, Deb.
See if there's anyone lingering if they wanted. Sometimes people that are still on. Yay, nay. All right, I think we're good. All right,
Dorothy, did you hear that about the internships for the vet clinics? Dorothy runs a vet clinic in Lisbon.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
All right, well, I stopped the recording, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to chat about anything while you're still connected, or if we're good. Just let me know and I'll end. Unless you wanted to chat about anything, I can keep this going.
I'm good. Deb, you good?
I'm all set.
All right,
Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie. Good job.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye, Vivian.